Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over the utensils that you should have ready when it doesn't matter whether you're cooking at home, you're cooking for yourself, or you're cooking for a video. And it's always good to be ready. And I'm going to just go over the 5 top cooking utensils that you should have ready, or that I have ready. Okay, yours might be different, or yours might include a few more or a few less, but this is what mine include. So when I'm getting ready to do my videos, and also when I'm cooking at home, okay, it's just so much easier and faster to have certain things ready. Okay, you don't have to be looking for them. They should be clean, put away, washed, and ready to use. And I like to have a small pot. Okay, and it also depends where you're going to be making. Okay, and I like to have 2 sizes of these. I like to have this one, about a small one or a medium, and a large. Okay, I like to have them ready. And okay, so that's like if I'm going to be making rice or gravy or a small amount of soup. This is what I'm usually going to be using: a small, medium, or large one of those. Okay, and I'm going to be if I'm going to be frying something. Okay, and it's a small amount, then I'll use a small, okay, small little frying pan. It's like a little skillet. Okay, and this one is by Cuisinart. And they sell these large too. I have a large one of these also. And it's like an 8-inch, I think, or a 10-inch. And this one is like a 6-inch. And I like these if I'm going to make a small amount of potatoes, home fries, or 1 or 2 fried eggs. And okay, this is what I like to use for that. It's very simple, very easy to just pull out, have it handy. Okay, so if you're gonna be cooking for your video or whatever it is you're cooking, it's good to have that handy. It's good to have these ready and set out if you know you're gonna be doing, especially if you're gonna be doing your cooking video, because you don't have to be looking for anything. You don't have to step away from your video. I mean, I know that sometimes it does happen. You do have to step away from your video sometimes, but you know, it's not good to do it often. And you know, the lesser the better. And you know, you'll have them ready. Then I like to have my larger non-skillet. You have to have at least one non-skillet, okay? Because these are good for hamburgers. You're gonna be making franks, and because I like to boil my franks first in a little bit of water. Then I like to discard some of the water and then let them fry. You know, put a little bit of oil in there or let them fry in their own oil. And it's good to have a non-stick. And these are good also if you're going to make a larger portion of fries, you know, or potatoes, pan-fried potatoes. Or if you're going to be frying chicken or, you know, maybe some pork chops or something like that. This is another good pan to use. And again, a non-stick is a must-have. You have to have, I'm sorry, you must have a non-stick. That's a must-have. All right, so then you've got, okay, your cooking spoons. Always try to have more than one cooking spoon, and that's for a lot of reasons. I'm sorry, guys, if you hear any voices, that's outside in the hallway. I live in an apartment building, and there's some people walking in. So, and unfortunately, I live on the first floor, so I get all the noise. So then we've got our cooking spoons. You can use whatever size cooking spoons you want or you have. I like to have different sizes, and I like to have more than one ready because, hey, you can, you know, one could be soiled, one could fall. You know, you don't want to now step away from your video, rinse it, wash it, and all that. I mean, if you have to, you have to, but it's good to have more than one. So that's one size. Then I've got another one. Okay, this one is a little bit smaller, and this is I'm making a smaller amount of food, you know, a smaller portion. Then I'll use this one. Okay, and then again, you know, some people like to use their little, you know, tablespoons that they eat their food with, and that, you know, I guess it's doable if you're using a smaller pan or a very small portion of food. I guess that's doable. I've seen it done. And again, on the larger skillets, you know, for larger amount of foods. And I've got this skillet in this version. Okay, just looks just like this one. Okay, but it doesn't have the non-stick coating. And that one, I love it because it's perfect for frying when you're making French fries. Making French fries is perfect. Okay, then again, sometimes you need a fork. Okay, sometimes you need a cooking fork, which are larger. I don't have that one available right now, but I do have, my forks, regular eating forks, and I like to use these when you have to move your meat around, and I like to have them, several of them handy. Okay, one might get too, overloaded with food or whatever it is that you're doing, and it's good to have a backup fork. Okay, and also talking about the backup fork, there also the teaspoons. Sometimes it's good to use your teaspoons too, like if you're going to be doing your tasting of your food because you want to know if it's seasoned correctly or if it's seasoned to your liking. Make sure, or not over seasoned with salt or anything like that. So it's good to have your little teaspoons on the side so you can taste your food. Okay. Then again, I've got a different kind of spoon. I've got my wooden spoon, and I like to have my wooden spoons also, and I love using these because especially in your nonstick, you don't want to use a metal spoon on your nonstick because you don't want to scratch them. I mean, sometimes you don't have like when I began cooking, I remember when I began my cooking, I didn't have the wooden spoons, and so I had no choice. I had to use my metal spoons. But then when I learned to take better care of my cookware, that's when I learned it's better to use the wooden spoons. So it's it's more softer, and um it takes better care of your non-stick. Okay, it won't scratch it. Okay, then you've got your plates and your bowls. Now you might want a larger bowl if you want to mix something. Okay, so the larger bowls, and it's good to have two of these set on the side. And it's good, like if you're gonna mix, if you need to mix your food, okay, or it's good to have this handy if you need to, if it's like a stew or soup or something that's soupy, and you wanna, put it in a bowl. Okay. Then you've got your tasting plate. This is the plate that I usually do my testing on. I love to do my testing on this plate. Sometimes I'll use a smaller one because I have different sizes, and sometimes I'll use a larger one for presentation. But again, this is something else that I like to have set on the side because at the end of the video, you like to demonstrate and you like to show off the food, you like to present it, and so you set it on the plate, and you like to show your viewers what your food looks like. All right, and last but not least, you have your small containers, and these containers are if you're going to be mixing a sauce for your, let's say you're making a dressing for a salad or a sandwich. So you put your ingredients in the small containers, and it's good to have these little containers. I have smaller ones in these, and I have larger one in these, and the larger ones are good because they're also good for like if you're going to be making pancakes or scrambled eggs or something like that, and or if you're going to be making a cake, or you're making biscuits or cornbread. So it's good to have the larger bowls. And but if you're just going to be making a small amount of a small amount of dressing, it's good to have these smaller bowls. Okay, these little containers. All right, and I bought these. These came, I think, 3 to a pack. They're made by Ziploc. Okay, it's right there. Let's see if you can see it. And they come with a lid. They also come with a lid. So they're also good for storage. So if you have any leftovers of anything, then it's good that it comes with a lid. You don't have to use foil or plastic wrap or anything over it. You put your lid over it, put it in the refrigerator, and you're good. Okay. Again, there are other things that I didn't mention. For instance, there's your, like I just said, saran wrap, aluminum foil. You've got your baggies, and those are all things that you also need to have you know, close by for when you're done, you know, but these I feel are the top 5 or 6 things that you really need to have when you're doing your cooking. Okay, thanks guys.